Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about the 5 maintenance items that I think matter the most if you're a Toyota owner who wants to keep a Toyota long term. Toyotas inherently, when they're designed, are reliable vehicles, but poor maintenance strategy can lead to an unreliable Toyota. I want to share with you the top 5 things that I recommend that I've done personally on all of my vehicles and what I found works to make it last to 200,000 and beyond. And I'll give you a 6th bonus item that I think can make a difference as well. Let's go get into it. Okay, so first thing on the list, probably the most important fluid in any vehicle is the engine oil. Why does this matter? First off, it provides the lubrication that keeps wear from affecting an engine, keeps things moving without wearing out. And so it's very important to a functioning engine to have good lubrication. It also acts as a cleaner, so it's removing deposits as it's cycling through an engine, and it's taking dirt and carrying it away from the engine, keeping it clean. It also has to do with regulating the temperature in an engine, especially a modern turbocharged engine. That oil is cooling those turbos down, so it's very important to keep the temperature regulated in an engine. All of those things combined make oil extremely important, and it is very important that it stays clean and highly functional while it's in your vehicle. So what I recommend is changing it every 3,000 miles, maybe up to 5,000 miles, but I would not go any more than that. Use a high quality oil, use a high quality filter. What I've typically used is just OEM filters because it's one less variable that you know it's designed exactly for that engine. So it's not a high risk. So changing your oil, it's a very easy DIY job if you want to do it yourself. If you want to pay someone to do it on a truck like a Tundra or a Highlander or a Tacoma, uh, it'll probably cost around $120 or less if you're using a good quality synthetic oil at the shop that's doing the job for you. But very easy to do, takes about an hour. So you can calculate the cost if it's worth your time or you just want to pay money to have someone else do it. It's more important to have fresh oil than the perfect oil in your car. So keep that oil fresh, keep changing it. Consistency matters. And just remember, an engine is probably the most expensive component in any vehicle. So it makes a big difference if you maintain it and help it to last. It'll keep your costs down. So put the dollars you're going to spend on maintenance, focus on that engine because that's one of your biggest costs if you have to replace it or do major maintenance on it. So you can DIY it or you can have someone do it for you. Either way, make sure you change your oil. Okay, so now the number 2 item on the list, probably the second most important thing you can do is transmission fluid maintenance. Service your transmission fluid because the transmission is probably the second most expensive component in a vehicle. They cost a lot of money to service or rebuild or replace. So make sure you're maintaining your fluid. The fluid inside a transmission is keeping everything lubricated, it's keeping everything clean, and it's also helping to regulate temperature. So it's a very important critical fluid that's inside that transmission. In a Toyota, every modern Toyota has a sealed transmission. They call it lifetime fluid. It is not lifetime fluid if you intend to keep it past warranty. So you need to be servicing that fluid and keeping it fresh and keeping up with the maintenance rather than letting it run to 100,000, 200,000 miles without ever touching that fluid. What I recommend is doing a one-time drain and fill every 30,000 to 50,000 miles, depending on your driving conditions and how you're using the vehicle. If you're towing, I would keep it down to about 30,000 miles. If you're just doing daily driving and highway trips, probably 50,000 is fine. But do that drain and fill. You empty it out, drain it from the pan, you fill it from the fill plug, and you do your level check. And that will maintain and switch out about 4 to 5 quarts every time you do that, which keeps about 1/3 of the fluid being refreshed every time you do that. And it'll keep your transmission healthy and operating pretty well past 200,000 miles if you keep up with this maintenance. I have typically only used Toyota OEM fluid, whether it's the WS or the Type 4 fluid that was in earlier generations of Toyotas. But there are all aftermarket alternatives you can use, but I've typically just stuck with OEM fluid because it's pretty much the best option. And when you factor in price, it doesn't make a huge difference. Just remember that your transmission fluid is relatively cheap compared to the cost of rebuilding or replacing a transmission. So keep up with your maintenance. This, as a DIY project, I would say it's more advanced only because it's difficult without a dipstick to get the level check right. And you've got to get under your vehicle. You've got to have it at the right operating temperature in the right conditions when you do your level check to make sure that that level is set correctly in the transmission. So because of that reason, it's more advanced. If you pay someone to do this, it's going to cost you about $575 at a dealership to have this service done. And it takes you, if you do it yourself, it takes me about 2 to 3 hours in total to do it from start to finish each time I'm doing this on one of my vehicles. So whether you do it yourself or you pay someone to do it for you, I recommend you maintain and change with a drain and fill on your transmission fluid every 30 to 50,000 miles. The third item on the list is air filters. Whether it's your engine air filter or your cabin air filters, it is critical to any vehicle to keep clean air supplied to the engine. So the air going from your airbox into your engine needs to be clean. It keeps your sensors clean. It keeps your turbos from getting corroded and dirt and grime and grit into those and affecting them negatively. So clean air is important. And a clean filter is important because it allows the air to flow through at the full capacity that's needed and not get clogged up and starve an engine from the air that it needs to operate. On the inside of your car, the HVAC vents and air system, air conditioning, heating systems need a clean filter to keep debris out of your blower motors and components in that system so that it stays running well without getting clogged up and affecting negatively the components of that system. So it's very easy to do. This is probably one of the easiest DIY things you can do. It probably takes you 15 minutes at the most to change out an air filter or cabin filter. You can do all of them together. I recommend you do this once a year or every 15,000 miles. Change out the air filters on your vehicle. If you have this done at a dealership, it'll cost you probably close to about $150 for the parts and the labor. But it's very cheap to do yourself. It's very easy to do yourself. It's something I've always done myself. And it's important to note, in some vehicles like the 3rd Gen Tundra, there are 2 engine filters, one on either side, one for each turbo. So you've got to change out 2 filters plus the cabin filter. On most vehicles like the Grand Highlander that I have, it's just 1 engine filter and 1 cabin filter. But make sure you change those out. But whether you're going to pay someone or you're going to do it yourself, I recommend once a year, every 15,000 miles, change out your air filters. The fourth item on the list is your gear oils. So this is the oil that's in your differentials and your transfer case. This oil serves to lubricate your differentials and all the gears that are in those axles and differentials. It lubricates and keeps seals in your axles healthy. So you want to make sure that this fluid stays clean. It typically picks up a lot of debris and grit that breaks off the gears as they're running. So you want to make sure you're servicing these regularly. Gear oil is typically neglected by owners. Sometimes it's never changed out, and you've got to really make sure you keep up with it if you want to keep a vehicle long-term without having issues that are affected relating to it. This oil also helps to regulate heat, so it needs to be kept fresh and functional in a vehicle. As a DIY job, this is a very easy job to do. Typically, you just drain it and fill it until it starts to come out the fill hole and it's done. So it's very easy to do. You just have to crawl under the truck to get it done. But if you're going to pay someone to do this, this will cost you around $549, $550 to have a dealership do this for you, or you can do it for a lot less if you do it yourself. And it'll take about an hour to do all 3 of your differential, your front and rear differential, and your transfer case if you do it at the same time. It's important to use the right fluid, so make sure you look at your owner's manual and use a fluid that's compatible with your vehicles. It's very different on a lot of these different vehicles. Some transfer cases use gear oil, some use transmission fluid. So you need to make sure you're looking at your specific manual and using the right fluid. But whether you're doing it yourself or you're paying someone to do it for you, make sure you're servicing your differential and your 4x4 transfer case fluids. It depends again if you're using it for towing or heavy off-roading activities and you're using your four-wheel drive system a lot versus a little bit. That's where you can kind of have your left and right limits, whether you're doing the 30,000 or every 50,000. But make sure you keep up with this maintenance and keep that fluid fresh in those components. And number 5 is engine coolant. Coolant is the main fluid in a vehicle that's regulating temperature and keeping an engine cool. And this is very important in a modern engine, especially a turbocharged engine. That heat kills machines faster than anything else. So having the right functioning fluid in your vehicle to keep it cool and keep it at the right temperature is critical. Your engine coolant over time can become corroded and start to break down and allow for deposits to start forming and corrosion to form inside your cooling channels that are running through the engine block, the radiator, the turbos components. So you need to make sure that your fluid is clean, it's circulating well, and it's not going to start to build up and cause any blockages in those cooling lines, those cooling channels throughout your vehicle. As a DIY job, this is a moderate difficulty task only because when you are finished and you want to make sure you don't have any air in your heating core, your radiator, your system. So you need to be able to burp it or bleed it out. And sometimes it can be a little tricky to do that. That's the only reason. Otherwise, it's a simple drain and fill and top it off and you're good to go. But whether you're going to pay someone to do it, it'll cost you around $300 at a dealership to have this service done. So this will take you about an hour if you do it yourself, and then you'll need to dispose of your old coolant correctly. I typically use Toyota coolant. I have used, with no issues, the XERX Asian. So it's important to use the correct fluid that's compatible with your vehicle. You do not want to use one of those universal fluids. They're typically can cause some issues if it mixes with your OEM coolant. There can be some coagulation and some deposits that form. So you want to avoid that. And one thing I'm always careful of, if I ever do bring my vehicle to a independent shop or a quick lube place in the past, I tell them never, ever, ever top it off. I don't want them to service the coolant at all because I want to make sure only I am the one controlling the fluid type that's going in to that system. So the service interval for this job is, I would do it every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, at least at 100,000 miles. Change out the fluid, do a drain and fill. You can just drain the radiator and leave the engine block filled. It'll take out about maybe a third to half of the fluid. But typically, every 60,000 miles, if you're draining and filling, it'll keep the fluid relatively fresh and clean and circulating. You won't have any issues getting to and beyond 200,000 miles. Okay, and now for the bonus item. So the maintenance item number 6 that is typically forgotten by most people is the brake fluid. Brake fluid over time can become hygroscopic. It absorbs water, and when water is integrated into your brake fluid, it actually lowers the boiling temperature. So it gets you closer to that line where if it boils, that introduces air into your lines and can cause failure of your brakes or deteriorated brake performance. The typical recommendation for brake fluid is to change it every 2 years. I think that's a bit extreme. Most people never maintain their brake fluid. I've gone for many years without touching brake fluid besides for bleeding brakes during jobs and brake jobs and brake pads. But typically, what I would do is every 3 to 5 years, do a flush of your brake system and put new fluid in to make sure that your fluid is running well, clean, and not full of water at that point where it's going to start affecting your boiling point on that fluid. It's important, especially if you're towing, to maintain your brake fluid and keep it running at the peak performance so that your brakes are working when you need them to work, and it's a safety issue. So make sure you don't neglect that brake fluid. Use a high quality brake fluid. A .3 is what the trucks are designed for, but you can use .4, which has a higher boiling point and is going to give you more margin for failure, especially if you're pushing your truck hard. So I like this Type 200 Racing .4 fluid. It's a really good product. You can find it at places like FCP Euro and online. Order it and use this, and it's going to be better than what you'll find typically on the store shelf. So whether you're going to do it yourself or you're going to pay someone to do it, a DIY job will take about 2 hours to bleed all 4 of your brakes and the brake reservoir and flush that out. If you're going to pay someone to do it, it costs around $225 at the dealership to have them do this on your vehicle. So if you're concerned about your time, sometimes a job like this is just easier to pay someone to do it. But if you want to do it at your home, it's possible to do. And it's a moderate job just because you want to make sure you don't have air introduced into your system. You need to make sure you get the air out of each caliper and you don't get any air into your master brake cylinder, because then that'll be a big deal to get that out. So be careful when you do this job. It's a moderate difficulty task, but you can do it if you want to try it at your own home and you're mechanically inclined. So yeah, in conclusion, we want to do the engine oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. We want to do the transmission fluid every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. We want to do the cabin air filters every year, every 15,000 miles. We want to do the gear oil every 30,000 or 50,000 miles. And we want to do the engine coolant every 60 to 100,000 miles. Just because keeping fluid fresh is going to keep all of these components functioning well and keeping them clean, keeping them running the way they're designed to run, which will really help your vehicle last and extend the life of that vehicle. All right, guys, I wanted to share this with you. Thanks for joining today. Post a comment down below if you have any additional thoughts or questions about these maintenance items or something you think also belongs on this list. So until next time, we will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.